Singh, President of IBC, former President Indian Association, Mahendra Sharma, Vice President, IBC Indian Business Chamber, and former Vice President AICL, Mr. Gopinath Pillai, Vice President Indian Business Chamber, former President Mahatma Cultural Center, Joni Babani, former Vice President Liberia Chamber of Commerce, Kamal Parwani and Pradeep Babani, both former Vice Presidents of AICL, other former Vice Presidents present here, former officials of AICL present here, and other Indian organization officials or former officials present here. My sisters, my brothers, my compatriots, and members of 4th Estate, I want to thank everyone present here for coming and organizing, for coming over, and also I want to thank the organizing team under the banners Indian Liberian Liberia for organizing this honor program for me. I'm really gratified, humble, and touched by your gesture. This is a very auspicious moment for me as we all have gathered here to celebrate my achievements and withdrawal as Honorary Consul General of India and Liberia. As such, I owe you people a debt of gratitude, and once again, thanks for coming. This recognition is very meaningful to me, not because it recognizes my work for over 2.5 decades, but highlights the importance of hard work, dedication, commitment to this assignment. Also, as a great testament that my time as Honorary Consul General of India, President of Association of Indian Community in Liberia, was rewarding and one that promotes the interest of India and Indians in Liberia in diverse religious and non-religious forms. Well, let me tell you something. I am indeed truly obliged for that great recognition given by you people. I am grateful to everyone who has always been a part of my journey, from my family to my friends, from my boss to my team, my boss lady, and everyone. It is a pleasure to witness this beautiful moment in the presence of you all. On stage, I am the one being recognized and appreciated here today. But on the back hand, there are many people, numerous people, along with the great power of that made work being successful. They include past and present Indian ambassadors accredited to Liberia, Liberian government officials, Indians, most especially Indians living in Liberia, and all the dedicated employees of Jeety Trading Corporation. Especially, I would like you all to give a big hand of applause to Mrs. Theodosia B. Scott. Please stand up, Mrs. Scott, if you are here. She being a dedicated part of my team from the time I took over as Acting Consul General. Mr. William B. Ladlam, please give him a big hand of applause. Mr. Arthur Z. Gibson, please also give him a big hand of applause. And my special assistant, Chandra Mohan, commonly called as CM. If they were not part of my team, my job would have been extremely difficult. I know sometimes I have to keep that my team up to 10, 11 o'clock for things to make sure they are done in the right manner. I'm so proud that after over 2 decades serving as our motherland's Honorary Consul General, an embassy is finally coming to Liberia. This is one of my proudest achievements, It speaks volumes of the groundwork done to strengthen the maintaining and enhance the bilateral relationship between India and Liberia. With the help of past and current ambassadors accredited to Liberia, we worked tirelessly to ensure that our country became deeply committed to making India-Liberia bilateral ties stronger. This is evident in the outcomes of the long and laudable bilateral cooperation in the fields of education, health, security, agriculture, infrastructure, commerce and development cooperation. My fellow countrymen, before being withdrawn, we worked vigorously with India's ambassador to Liberia to utilize existing bilateral ties in trade to provide a strong template for realizing the leadership vision in the economic sphere and increase the resilience of our bilateral trade through a better understanding of evolving requirements on both sides. We have also have strong educational links and many Liberian students are studying in India because of bilateral scholarship and my personal scholarships. Yes, we worked hard to ensure that India-Liberia became close friends and close partners in every sphere of two countries, bilateral engagement and a model development and reliable partner. The opening of Indian Embassy in Liberia is a clear indication that the relationship between the two countries has moved to a higher height and with great dividends or rewards. My brothers and sisters, Liberia has a fascinating history and has often been the first to do too many things. It was, of course, the first African state to gain independence in 1847, 100 years before India became a republic, or India got its independence. Due to relations, India can play a positive role through investments, equipment, technology, small-scale industry, knowledge and workforce training to enable Liberia to emerge as a manufacturing and connectivity hub. I urge my fellow Indians to move to a second stage in life towards small-scale industry setups in Liberia. The investment climate is very good. Government has very good policy through NIC. I'm sure some of my fellow compatriots are taking advantage of that. Although Indians in Liberia are small numbers, you people have shown commendable presence in almost all spheres of activity in this country. We have a significant number of entrepreneurs, investors, successful traders, and qualified professionals contributing to the development of virtually every sector of Liberian economy. I am proud to say we are an educational sector and have 3 institutions owned by Indians. The people and government of Liberia have duly recognized the Indian community's contribution. Continued participation of the private sector is critical for development success of Liberia, and the time is now to make full use of available opportunity to forge a comprehensive long-term ties. Our stay and relationship in Liberia should primarily be a partnership for growth and innovation, and one that helps locally owned small medium entrepreneurs is a bedrock of a country's economic prosperity. It has also given a big boost to investor sentiment and promotes win-win and mutually beneficial cooperation. True be told, Liberia's country with lots of investment opportunity. So let's forge strong and lasting economic bonds between India and Liberia about that will bring jobs, trade, and better standard of living for Liberia's development. Also remember that relationship should not be just for profits, but also based on deep understanding and respect for the host country's culture and civilization. Now I would like to recall few of our works for the knowledge of some of you who have come in Liberia in past a decade or little more. I started doing my acting honorary consul job in 1994 on and off. But in 1996, when April 6 war took over, we had to do a serious evacuation of Indians. Indians were struck up in every part of the city. because the wars started, the hostility started that quickly. Nobody had time to even pick up their passports. I recall a moment at my house. I was living in White Town. At one night in my bedroom, where I sleep, got 35 people. At one evening, fateful evening, around 6 o'clock, the bridge used to close. I received a call from a prominent Indian, Mr. Pramod Kemawat, calling me, Mama, if you don't come to pick up us now, we will be dead by tomorrow morning. I took upon myself a risk of my life, worked with some guys or fighters or generals, went along to pick them up to the house of Mr. Mohan Jeety, a very renowned Indian who was living in Liberia. Currently he is living in the United States. He was living where we have embassy suites, close by embassy suites. And at his house, I picked 14 Indians or 15 Indians. And I remember among them, I see my nephew sitting here, Jay, Lucky. He was one of them. Another one of them was Mr. Ravneet Kumar Suji, former president of Association of Indian Community. Pramod Kemawat. Even I remember in that was Mohan Jeety, Govardhan Basnani. Those are the moments you cannot forget. At that time, mother will not look for his own child. I know what risk I took. And there was another employee named Sonu Fasetti Brothers. While we were loading in the car, the rebels took out his watch. And I don't know how God gave me that bravery. I slapped the fighter and took his watch from him. The guy was AK-47, barehanded. In the same house, Mr. Vimal Bodia was there for over 2.5 months. Vimal, is it true? Along with Lakshman Bhojwani, along with several Indians who were there to my house for over 2.5 months. Whenever anybody was going, I would take them into my car to either American Embassy, and the batch I explained, the 14 people I brought from Mama Point, I took them into my car to, I think 1 or 2 days later, to a ship called Victory Reefer, and they went to Sierra Leone. It was a shipping vessel, fishing vessel that took 3 days for them to reach. Those are the histories of Liberia. I recall another incident. Mr. Sharma went along with me. Mahendra Sharma, he had just come to Liberia, was a fresh comer because he succeeded Mr. Bulani, TJ Bulani, along with Ram Aswani. We heard Gita Ashram, the mandir was attacked that last night. So early morning around 7:30, we went across the bridge in a car along with late General Chabu. Sharma, remember the incident? When we went, there was such fierce fighting. There were flying bullets. We don't know how we came back. We went, we locked the mandir, we brought Panditji back to safety. Those Panditji, still I met him recently in Abidjan. He's serving in Abidjan. Those are the historical moments. At the same time, the following day, I walked alone from Vaijon to Waterside. Bullets were flying. I went and locked Gurdwara Sahib. In the Gurdwara Sahib, all the Babaji beads were on the floor. With the help of Vimal Bodia, Vimal, who was the second person? No, there was another Indian from what's that company name? Liberty Trading. There was a guy from Liberty Trading. There were 3 of us. We hired a guy. I still remember we paid him $5,000 those days. We took all the Babaji beads, all the gudkas, closed the Gurdwara Sahib door which was broken. We brought everything to Seti Brother Mr. Paul's house. Mr. Paul's house was not completed. He had just moved there during that crisis because he was living in Douala. Then, in 1998, we had to do another evacuation. Then there was another major evacuation in 2003. At that time, I was in 1996. I forgot to tell you another incident. I was eating food. At that stage, we were only around 20-25 Indians left in this country. Among them, I can tell you few. Bimal was one of them. Mr. Punjabi, what's his name? The guy who's in Ghana. Ramesh Punjabi was here. Maybe Asam Rupani was here. We were all staying in White House. 7, 8, 10 was staying in my house. I got a call from Eid Brothers, Mr. Jeety, who owns Eid Brothers, that his warehouse is being looted. So food was on my table. I left the food, walked down without looking for anything. I was in shorts. I went to Sharif, White Town, which is called Koneya, where I think most of the Indians in White Town have their warehouse. York has a warehouse. Ella and Sons has a warehouse. I believe some other Indians have warehouses there. I think National Hardware used to have a warehouse there too. Right in front of their warehouse, there was an Aquamat captain standing with 20-25 men, 3-4 Liberians sitting on the ground. He asked me, who owns this building? That was not for me. I think it was for A2. I said for me. Who owns this one? For who? I said for me. That was for Eid Brothers. Then he asked the other building. I said this one for me. The guardian asked me the second question. He hit me with the butt of the gun and put me on the ground. Next 5 minutes, I was ordered to sit in the Mowak. By the time Mowak came outside, the fighting erupted again. Instead of going right towards Consul, he went towards left. I was sitting in the Mowak. Bullets, they were firing bullets from the Mowak. 105 mm bullets. Big bullets. All those hard bullets were coming on your head. And we were 3 people inside, or 4. It went all the way up to the bridge, then it turned back. Then the guy took me back to Consul base. When I explained them, the captain didn't listen to me, but the lieutenant colonel listened to me well. And then I had to call General Sheikh Ubay. He was the deputy force commander. He intervened before I got released. When I came home, there was a Pakistani guy, Zafar Ahmed Kahlo. Doctor, you should know him. He was also staying with me. He had taken refuge because he had a restaurant in Mama Point opposite Indian community school. He abused me so much, why didn't I tell nobody? So finally I got back home with bruises. There are several instances I took bruises because of people. Another instance I will tell you, there is a Lebanese gentleman called Marwan Kuri. His daughter has some laboratory on Lander Street. They came to arrest his father because they broke curfew. And I was living on the road. I walked down and I fought with Guinea and Akuma. They left the lady, they started beating me. Because I was trying to obstruct them to arrest a foreign national. I told them, you can take us, but leave the lady here. Still today, wherever Marwan sees me, he owes me that kind of gratitude. And I remember when they were beating me, all the Lebanese Indians who were living in White, I was watching that incident. One person came down, not 2. One was Mr. Bulani, TJ Bulani, managing director of Choitrams. Second person who came down was Parvinder Singh, the former boss, Mr. Paul's elder brother. He was cooking bhature chole for both of us. He came with the big spoon to come and fight. So there are so incidents, but I will just repeat some of them. So where we have all come from. Ebola crisis hit Liberia.
Thank you very much. So appreciate. You know how cool wine is Singh. Thank you.